Cayman Islands offers more than just a vacation. How about a lifestyle and getting healthier, cheaper? We are there.
We go off the beaten path in Vegas to find some real Italian-American cuisine.
And we get dazzled by a mixology bar on the high seas.
Then we play a golf course that is so good, it takes 2 states to contain it.
And cheers, everyone. We are coming to you from the Cayman Islands. This is a great spot. What a great spot, not only to relax and have fun, but also to live and maybe get well.
Oh yeah, it's considered the friendliest destination, named that by Forbes, and also considered the culinary capital of the Caribbean.
So let's get our sustenance first, because there is so much to cover in the Caymans.
Good thinking. We are in Georgetown, and we hit the Lobster Pot restaurant and wine bar. First, we get these spectacular tropical drinks.
Ivan the Terrible, as they call it, a Cat 5 mixture of 4 rums, fruit juices, and 151 proof rum floater.
Turns out, Ivan looked pretty darn good after all. Not terrible at all. I'd date him again, at least for cocktails.
Waterfront dining at its finest, and the Saint Tequila was the cocktail special of the day.
Now talk about a concoction that perfectly blends citrus, burn, juiciness, and florals.
It's 1800 tequila, Saint Germain, fresh lime juice with local guava and pineapple juices.
Next up, Lobster Bisque. Call us addicted, but wherever we go, it seems that we do have to try the Lobster Bisque.
And this one did not disappoint. In fact, it's award-winning and served with a beautiful creme fraiche and lobster chunks on the top.
Queen conch fritters. When you're in the Caribbean, you gotta do the conch.
And this conch was golden fried deliciousness, crispy outside and juicy inside, served with great red pepper remoulade.
The Cayman Trio, a lobster pot favorite of broiled lobster tail, grilled fresh mahi-mahi, and garlic shrimp, served up with rice and beans and fresh veggies.
This is an easy favorite. Deliciously fresh seafood. The shrimp, they were nice and garlicky, and the broiled lobster had great flavor.
Oh yeah, that is right. And the service and views are excellent. This is a relaxing place to just hang out with good friends, good food, and great drinks.
Now, the first thing you're going to notice about the Grand Caymans is the water.
The ocean is pristine. These waters look like your swimming pool on its cleanest day.
Snorkeling and scuba diving, yep, both of them, they are a must.
And you can swim with the stingrays. They are very tame and sweet, too. You can even kiss them, and they will ride on your back.
Not too sure about the sweet part, but they are very well trained. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Now, on our way back, we caught a fisherman with the fresh fish he'd just brought back from the crystal blue waters that day.
That's locals and tourists standing in line to buy some of the day's fresh catch.
Now, the next thing you'll notice is how clean and modern the Cayman Islands really are.
That's because the Caymans are known as one of the world's best tax havens. The financial services industry has flourished here. All that wealth has created a new world environment and economy.
And that turns many tourists into residents. Many people are moving here for the lifestyle as well as the tax benefits.
Of course, you would be under the rule of Great Britain, since the Caymans are a British overseas territory whose governor is still appointed by the Queen, while citizens elect a legislative assembly to decide local issues.
Another reason to come to the Caymans, whether for good or for a short time, is the medical care here.
And that is leading to a boom in medical tourism.
This is Health City, a hospital that is cutting edge on so many levels.
They provide a wide range of procedures such as orthopedics, cardiology, bariatric, neurology, and spinal, and many more.
The 120-bed facility has plans to grow to 1,000 rooms for patients.
Robin Rhodes traveled here from Florida to get a double knee replacement.
In the States, it would have cost about 5 times more in the States. So it was so affordable, I could actually pay in cash and have it done. I figured, well, I'm in so much pain now, I'm going to go ahead and pay for this myself, and I'm not waiting in bed for another couple of years.
A little boy from Honduras was brought here for a brain tumor.
And they called me up and they told me about the program that they were doing here in the hospital. And thankfully, we was able to get him up here. And Dr. Kamal did a really good job on him, so we're very happy and very appreciative of everything that they have done for us.
And this man had a massive heart attack while on vacation in the Cayman Islands.
That we were given better health care, possibly than we could have received in the States here at this hospital. But not only that, the kindness that was shown to us and the care that he has received since we've been here has been more than just medical care. The people have been so kind and faithful. They have not only given us good care, but have prayed for us, for my husband, and that has been felt, and we've just been very blessed. This institution is a reflection of a holistic approach to health and medicine, so that not only was his medical needs met, but all of his other needs were met as well.
Health City is accredited by the same organization that accredits U.S. hospitals.
And the doctors are experienced and all highly trained in India.
Well, the outcomes in a hospital is totally dependent on the kind of physicians you have. The physicians we have are people who have had a huge amount of experience, a huge width of expertise. So I'll just give you one example. Our cardiac surgeon, prior to coming here for the last 10 years, has been doing about 3 to 4 open heart operations every day, 6 days of the week for the last 10 years. To get that kind of expertise and that kind of volumes in the US for any surgeon is going to be very difficult. So, he's got the kind of experience that can do a huge variety of cases with extremely good outcomes.
And the cost of care is so inexpensive and uncomplicated compared to the U.S.
And that makes Health City a disruptive force in healthcare. Many healthcare insurers and payment plans are looking at Health City because the costs are so low while the quality is so good.
For example, a knee replacement might only be $15,000 here, compared to the average in the U.S. of $50,000.
Even within certain hospital networks, they can't give you the actual price. So the great thing about Health City is that the simplicity behind it and the transparency. When we tell you that a knee operation costs $15,000 US, that's all you'll ever pay. The $15,000 for the knee, the actual knee replacement. You won't get 2 and 3 different bills. And what's great about Health City is that by being in the Cayman Islands, we also have the actual positive benefit of working with the tourism industry as well. So we'll have your medical bundle, which is the $15,000, which also includes transfers to and from the airport to the facility and to and from your hotel, which is only a few miles away from the actual facility that's located on the beach as well, which is an added benefit. But we also bundle in, if needed, the airfare as well as the hotel prices, and it can be one bill, and that's all you'll ever get.
And that can make you feel even better.
Plus, you can look better too. Health City offers cosmetic surgery as well.
Check out the Health City site for a full range of procedures and services.
And you might be able to bring a loved one along with you who can help you recuperate, but also enjoy everything the Caymans has to offer.
And if you are interested in coming to the Cayman Islands for a vacation or even to live, let us help. Jetsetterdeals.com. Check it out. See if you can get here to the Cayman Islands.
And when we come back, we go to Las Vegas, but we are not on the Strip. In fact, you might feel like you're in New York's Little Italy.
And welcome back. Of course, we have taken you to a lot of places that celebrity chefs own, and they are great. But sometimes you just need to get off the beaten path.
That's right. And here at Undercover Jetsetter, we try to bring you as many hidden gems as we possibly can. And we found one in North Las Vegas.
Don Michaels is in North Las Vegas. Now you can take an Uber or a Lyft there, and it is worth it. This is old-style Italian-American cuisine. And this is a family who has other family members with successful restaurants in New York, Florida, and also here in Las Vegas.
It's the quintessential mom and pop business, so it is not just a business, but a lifestyle. Our Undercover Jetsetter operative, Charles, gives us the intel.
It has to be the most Italian family restaurant I have ever seen since I left New York. Everything is handmade. It's so special. There's not a restaurant on the Strip that can beat this small Italian restaurant. We are so lucky to have this close to our house, and we recommend it to everybody.
Okay, before we get to the food, let's hit on the wines, because we chose 2 whites. One reason was the hot summer day in Vegas. We thought chilled whites would pair better than some reds. If it wasn't so hot, though, we would have tried a Chianti, but these whites did not disappoint.
The first was an Italian Pinot Grigio. It was crisp with a great balance of fruit and acidity. You could taste pear and apple. It is perfect with the food, even the heavy food. Also, there's a great story about the vineyard on the back of the label.
Now, the Chardonnay was a California called Bright Star. It had some butter and oak, but not overpowering. Still, it stood up to the Italian cuisine.
Okay, let's get into this food, which would go great with reds too.
So this was the fried mozzarella. This is lightly breaded and yet very creamy. The fresh tomato sauce went perfectly with the fried mozzarella. It is a great starter for a group.
Next, the pasta fagioli. Notice the steam. This is consistent at Don Michael's. Everything is served piping hot. Aside from the heat, the cannellini white beans, pasta, and vegetables were combined with this great broth. Yes, it was hot outside, but we had to try it. We would suggest this especially if you come to Vegas in the winter.
Next, we have pasta with Sunday sauce. Explain what Sunday sauce is.
This is a tomato sauce cooked all day long. It is a tradition in Italian families, also known as Sunday gravy. They throw in meat on the bone and let it cook all day. We have this on ziti pasta. Again, notice the heat. Definitely the Sunday sauce passed the test.
Along with that, we had their sausage and meatballs. The sausage is homemade, but they get it from a special supplier. You can taste the spices, especially the fennel. It had a small bite, but not a mouth burner by any means. Our undercover operative gave us his take.
Oh my God, don't make me talk about the sausage. The sausage is the best you've ever had. Now, the problem with Don Michael's is there are so many things that you are going to say, that's the best I've ever had. But the sausage is to be dreamed about.
You might dream about this veal parmesan too. This has great subtlety and differences. The veal is lightly breaded and crispy on the outside, but super creamy and melts in your mouth. This is the perfect blend.
Well, the biggest problem with veal is keeping veal tender, and these guys have 75 years times 5 or 6 people in the restaurant business that know how to make veal tender. You can cut this with a fork. No need to even ask for a knife.
The same holds true for the chicken parmesan. Even Peyton Manning would have sung about this one. Don Michael's chicken parm also tastes so good.
And Peyton could even bring his brother Eli here because you really do feel like family. The service is homespun and traditional. Again, this is their way of life. You should come and taste the way Italian Americans have done it for decades.
Don Michael's is in North Las Vegas. Here's the number. You will need reservations, especially after this story. Wow, just seeing that reminded me how good and authentic that food was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, next we are going to show you an island martini that you can make right at home. Welcome back. So we're in the Grand Cayman Islands on a cruise.
And most cruise lines love to show off their mixology wizardry.
And we discovered this stunning cocktail that we can't wait to share with you.
It will blow you away on many levels.
The combination of the pineapple and the chipotle is intoxicating.
You can't beat that hot chipotle flavor with the sweet and the tart pineapple.
That's right, and you could drink quite a few of these. They are pretty lethal.
And the mint lends a wonderful freshness that balances the whole drink out.
It's easy to make too. Check it out.
Sure is. Just combine vodka, pineapple juice, chipotle pineapple syrup, and mint leaves in a cocktail shaker filled with ice.
Shake and pour. Garnish with another whole mint leaf on the top.
Now this is a light and breezy cocktail that will take you back to your last tropical vacay or cruise.
And I would serve this at a holiday party too. People would love it because it's so fresh and it brings the warmth of the chipotle in as well.
Yeah, I would agree. And you can find the chipotle pineapple syrup online here at monin.com.
For this recipe and more fun drinks, go to our mixology page on undercoverjetsetter.com.
Cheers.
Now, that might seem like a funny combination, but that pineapple and chipotle is really amazingly good.
Yeah, and when we come back, we're going to go landside again, and we're going to show you how you can hit a golf shot so far it goes into 2 different states. I'm replacing my ball on the putting surface, but it seems to want to roll away. So what I want to do is I want to press it into the surface of the green to hold its position. Can I do this? According to Rule 1-29, by intentionally taking action to influence the movement of the ball in play and to alter physical conditions that affect the playing hole, the player is in breach and receives a 2-stroke penalty. And in match play, it's loss of hole. Knowing the rules can save you strokes.
So now, how would you like to hit a golf ball so far it goes clear into another state?
And you don't have to be a long drive champion to do it. This is a hidden gem of a golf course. Farmstead is off the path from Myrtle Beach, but it has few houses and buildings, just golf course. But this beauty has 2 great characteristics not many other courses can boast. First, you can feel good when you hit the ball from one state to another, as Bagdrop boy Jim Wyckoff tells us.
Tee off at number 10 in North Carolina, unless all you have to do is clear the red tees, the women's tees on number 10, and you're in South Carolina for your second shot.
So let's see how my buddy Rod the Bod Carden did on his 2-state poke. You know, you hit that ball so good, you hit it into another state.
I hit it into North Carolina.
Well, actually, he hit into South Carolina. It's easy to be confused without a GPS since the back 9 meanders from state to state. Don't worry, no passport needed. Now, the other characteristic of Farmstead is its finishing hole. Here's the aerial view. Nice, huh? But it is very unique. Let's look at the scorecard. Notice the par under number 18. That is not a misprint. It's a rare par 6. That's right, a par 6. Here's the view from the back of the green, about 800 yards from the tee boxes. The tips measure 767 yards. I go from the whites at 679 yards. So how do you play a par 6? Bag boy extraordinaire Jimmy W. from Youngstown has the guidance for me.
And you're looking at getting in position. Your tee shot, you're going to aim to the right side of the clubhouse.
And I follow his directions with a drive about 250 yards sitting in the left center. Okay, Jimmy boy, what is next?
All right. So once you get your tee shot, you pull up, you look for the sand traps on your right because the whole fairway slopes to the water to the left. Hit your second shot toward those sand traps on the right.
And there are those sand traps, and I stripe a 5-wood about 220 yards right at them.
Right, puts you at about 150, 160. Then you're faced with a shot over sand traps in the front, water around the back, but that's your best position to get on in 3. Some people...
I'm actually still about 220 yards out for my 3rd shot, so it's time for another 5-wood, and Jimmy calls it.
Some people lay up to the right as a safety measure on their 3rd shot, and then you got a chip and a putt for your par.
So is it? Yep, I bail out a bit to the right. What water on the left? But I am pin high on my 3rd shot. I hit my chip a bit too far, past about 15 feet, but I nail the birdie for a birdie 5. Pretty cool until Youngstown Jimmy tells me what a PGA pro did.
3 years ago, hit from the tips and he went on in 2. Wow. But other than that, everybody kind of plays it the traditional way. But it is a birdie hole. In fact, a lot of the better golfers, they'll hit their second or 3rd shot into the trap, their 3rd shot even, into the trap in the front of the green, and then get up and down from there for the birdie.
You get a lot of people coming out here? Which is kind of what I did, thanks to Jimmy. This hole is really worth the challenge. There is a par 7 in South Korea, but here in the U.S., this is the only par 6 that covers 2 states. Keep swinging easy, folks.
So a par 6. Wow, not many around, I would imagine.
No, there really aren't. I couldn't find out the exact number, but in South Korea, where we have actually done stories and golf stories, there is a par 7 that is 1,000 yards long. How'd you like to play that one?
Oh my gosh. Well, whatever course you want to play, we have a way to help you. It's Jetsetter Deals. Just visit the site. They will help you with anything you want to do and any course you want to play at.
And especially if you want to come to a place like the Cayman Islands, which we are here, and if you get a chance, come to the Cayman Islands. It's a great spot.
Phenomenal. More on that later.
Cheers.
Cheers.